Well, talking about America, listen, the renowned New Orleans Essence Festival is heading to Durban between the 8th to the 13th of November. I mean, the festival's not just about the concerts, but really it is everything important of essence to women and men. It will include fashion, art, books, business, and food. Now, the culinary part of the event, it's called Essence Eat, and that will take place from the 11th till the 13th of November. But let's see what else we can expect. Nyama award winner Cafe Skyzer was the perfect venue for good food and wine celebrity chefs to showcase their skills ahead of Essence Eats, which forms part of the Essence Festival taking place in Durban.
Well, Essence Eats got together with the city of Durban Tourism. They've come together, they're supporting local artists, local chefs, local cooks. So it's a great opportunity for exposure and building a national brand. Durban's repositioning itself as one of the leading cities in the world, and Essence Fest and Essence Eats helps us do that. I'm proudly from Durban, Newlands East, born and raised. I've stayed across this province. I mean, we've got a beautiful city, and now Essence Eats is giving us the opportunity to market it and showcase the world, not just South Africa, but the world, what we are capable of doing here. When someone comes from overseas, they don't want to come back to Durban and see the exact same thing they're going to have at home. Durban is unique. I mean, we created the bunny chow. Go anywhere in the world, we got the bunny chow. Now, Essence Eats is exactly that. We're showcasing what we have. So say to the rest of the world, you guys are going there, it's fine. We're doing what we're doing here, and we're doing it well. So come and have a look at what Durban is doing. We're leading the market. We lead, we don't follow.
The chefs cooked up a storm using local ingredients to impress the appreciative audience in Chesterville Township.
Oh, it feels like being at home, being at Skyzer Cafe. And what I love about it is the fact that it's the growth that we've had, especially in a location like this. Whereas 5-7 years ago, when I used to live in an area like this here in Durban, you would never have people come outside from the township, come eat and enjoy lunch here in the township. Oh, it's great, isn't it? I mean, there's a buzz, there's a certain level of safety and enjoyment and a much better ambiance to the location. So for the city, it's much more attractive these days. My dish today that I cooked was a contemporary version of nyama. So I didn't try to go wild out too crazy or go out the box too much. Traditionally, we eat pap, chakalaka, and meat. But how we prepare those three things is very, very different. How I prepared my pap was I changed it up a little bit and I made polenta. Because why? It's rich, it's creamy, much more flavorful than pap. And just keeping it really, really standard. I mean, you're using a nice cut of meat like lamb chops. You know, you want to get the flavor of the actual nyama, that actual meat itself. So you don't have to add too much spice to it. Don't play around with your food too much.
You know, today I'm going to be cooking sort of across, because I was born here and I sort of love the African cuisine from here, like putu, madumbis, that kind of thing. And Indian, you know, because that's where I sort of cut my teeth on spices. So I'm going to do like a Zulu Indian dish where I'm going to have some pap, putu pap, and I'll do a nice steak and I'll make a lovely acha butter to go with that and a bit of cabbage, which will sort of bring the Mfino thing in from Durban. When you think about cultures, how they influence each other, the African and the Indian, because the Indians are very, very strong cuisine here in Natal, you pick it up because in the African culture you'll find curry powder being put into the foods, and so it's almost like this wonderful mix.
Durban inspires me with what I cook and how I cook because I grew up in Durban, and I keep getting the spices and masala from my grandmother. And for me, I don't necessarily cook specifically Indian food, but spices and Indian heritage comes into what I produce, and I feel like for me that's really inspiring because it makes me feel closer to my culture, even though I might live in Cape Town and tour the world and have access to things that are not from Durban. But I will be making a yogurt-based flatbread with a white bean and tahini puree, as well as some dukkha spiced lamb and crispy chicken.
For an extraordinary culinary experience, come and savor the flavors of Durban at some of the city's most popular restaurants during Essence Eats Essence Festival from 8 to 11 November.